dum 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 dum.
So welcome back. We have another dumbest bill in America. And of course, it's from Maryland. Where else? We have House Bill 317 from Delegate Williams and Wilkins. The bill, get this, sets up curbside voting. It's a pilot program, kind of like an experimental program, but we know where that's going to go. We're calling it drive-by voting. So we have with us Delegate Brian Chisholm.
Always good to be back, Mark.
Great to have you. So get this. Delegate Williams and Delegate Wilkins wants curbside voting. Now, the bill says, to be clear, it's primarily for people with disabilities, but it doesn't say exclusively. It says primarily, Brian. So what could go wrong?
They wouldn't use that to their advantage. When I first saw this, I was thinking about, do you remember Lethal Weapon with Leo gets and they go to the drive-thru? So this is like drive-thru voting, and then he pulls away. He got the tuna instead of what he ordered. He's like, they F you at the drive-thru. You know why? You're miles away before you figure out that they've F'd you. That's why you never go through the drive-thru. And I see this happening possibly with voting. How do you know what they did with your ballot,
Well, it's not that, but we don't have voter ID in Maryland. Repeat, we do not have voter ID in Maryland. So now you get to drive up to drive-by voting, and basically you say, well, sir, just fill out your form right here, or ma'am, fill out the form right here. No ID, no questions asked. What could go wrong again?
Back in the day, they used to, like in Chicago, was always known for driving buses around, and they give away cigarettes, and they put you on the bus, and they take you to vote. Now we're actually gonna pick everybody up. We'll probably say, look, we're gonna fill out ballots here together, but first we're gonna stop, get something to eat. Do you want something to eat? Then fill out this ballot in this way, and then we'll go drop it off.
So listen to this. Podcast listeners of the dumbest bill in America, listen to this. The curbside drive-by voting will be set up in historically disenfranchised communities. So in other words, you're going to have little minivans going through communities and saying, hey, we need you to vote. Would you like us to buy you some lunch or dinner? And then they take people up to drive-by voting and they go out there and there's no voter ID. I'm sure there are going to be some folks who could potentially be illegal immigrants. I'm not really sure. Who knows? What is their point?
I don't see any potential for fraud here at all. I mean, hey, here's your name, here's your address. Give it to the person when we go up to the drive-thru, maybe get an extra large fries, and we'll move on.
So listen to this. I have this question for Delegate Brian Chisholm. Brian, we already have absentee voting in Maryland. So if you can't get to the polls, right, then you can request an absentee ballot, and the ballot is mailed to you every single election. So why then do we need drive-by voting?
I don't know. And you also have 10 days to vote early now. I mean, voting seems to go on for months. And now we're telling people, if you forget to send your ballot in, we'll actually send somebody to come pick you up so we can take you through the drive-thru.
It's just another way, honestly, for them to cheat, because if you don't have voter ID and they can just pick people up in vans and take them to drive-by voting and no one is really paying any attention and they get out real quick, they vote, they go back home, someone buys them dinner or what have you. I mean, in theory, you're not supposed to have any money exchange hands to get people to vote. But if you're setting up near disenfranchised communities, we know what this is about.
And the sad thing is, this is a one-party state. They want absolute control.
Yes.
And they will defraud the public in voting so that they have total control because they don't want any pushback. And you know what we call that, Mark? We call that communism, and that's where we're going.
That's exactly what it is. And that is House Bill 317, drive-by voting from Delegate Williams and Delegate Wilkins. One more way to cheat. That's the dumbest bill. Thanks for joining us.